Hey, what's up guys? Chase here at Rocky Mountain HVMC coming at you with the auto clutch lineup from Rekluse. Okay, so whether you ride street or off-road, I'm sure most of you by now have heard of Rekluse and their auto clutches. Now they started back in 2002 with their first auto clutch conversion kit, and ever since then these guys have just been refining it and making it better ever since. Now the benefits of an auto clutch are huge. Now what I'm going to do today is I'm going to walk through, I'm going to talk about the 3 different kits that we offer here at Rocky Mountain to hopefully take away some of the questions you might have and help steer you in the right direction. And don't forget, this is the auto clutch lineup. Rekluse does make rock solid manual clutches as well. So if you want to look at those when you're done here, you can check those out on our website. We have a video where I break all those down in detail as well to help give you the right decision. Now, before we get started and I talk about the 3 kits, I got to talk about the heartbeat of their auto clutch system, which is this right here. This is called their EXP disc. Now, this is going to come included with all 3 kits. Now, the idea behind this is simple, but it's actually really brilliant. So you can look at it. It's going to go inside your clutch pack, and it actually acts as one of your friction plates. You can see you have your friction pads on each side. But how it works is simple. As this is spinning inside your clutch, you're going to see you have these discs, or not these discs, sorry, these plates or these wedges in here that are weights, and they're wedge-shaped. So what happens is as this starts to spin, centrifugal force is going to push these weights outward. And since they're wedge-shaped, as they go out, it's going to cause the EXP disc to expand. So as the disc expands, that's the same as you letting your clutch out. As it expands, it's going to apply pressure to the plate stack, which is going to cause your friction, and that's where you're going to get your drive, and away you go. So as it's spinning, they're going to expand out. Now, when the clutch slows down and your bike gets to a certain RPM, well, those wedges are going to go back inside. It's going to return to its original width, and that would be the same as you pulling in the clutch. So in a sense, what it means is that you can come to a complete stop on your motorcycle. You don't have to pull in your clutch, and your motorcycle will continue running. Now, I will tell you right now, firsthand, I've ridden bikes with auto clutches. I was a little hesitant at first, but I really had a good time. If I was a trail rider, single track, riding in rough, rocky terrain, going slow, absolutely, I would want an auto clutch in my motorcycle because you can just lug, take your time. You don't have to worry about clutching the bike the whole time, but you can still use your motorcycle clutch as if you didn't have this in there. While I was riding that bike with the EXP disc, I still clutched the bike like I was on a motocross track. Yeah, it feels a little bit different, but over time, I really think it's going to be easy to get used to. So if you had an auto clutch system in your bike and you're going to go hit the track, you're not going to have any issues there. So that's it. That is the EXP disc. This is the heartbeat between or behind their auto clutches that they make. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to walk through and talk about all 3. So we've got the Radius X, the Core EXP, and the Radius CX. All right, so to get started, over to my right, this is the Radius X. Now, this is going to be the price point option in the Rekluse auto clutch lineup. So what comes included? You're going to get the EXP disc that we already talked about. You're going to get their torque drive friction plates. You're going to get the steel drive plates, springs, and basket sleeves for the Japanese bikes. Now, you got to keep in mind, your newer European bikes have a DDS type spring, which stands for damper diaphragm spring. If your bike has that, you're not going to get, obviously, regular springs, but what you are going to get is Rekluse's pressure plate. And the reason they're giving you the pressure plate is because those DDS springs are very touchy when it comes to your clutch plate stack height. So they're using their pressure plate to optimize your clutch pack. So keep that in mind. And you're also, if you did have an automatic or a hydraulic clutch that came with your bike, you're going to get a slave cylinder. So there's going to be about a $100 price jump for your European bikes that are going to come with the pressure plate and the slave cylinder. Just keep that in mind. Now, you're also, for your Japanese bikes, along with the springs, you're going to get their basket sleeves. Now, these things are actually pretty cool. What they do is they prevent notching in your stock basket. It's going to help prolong the life, and it's just going to be really a great bonus you're going to have included that comes with there. Now, the reason the European bikes don't get the basket sleeves is they actually will come with a steel basket, and steel baskets are much more resistant to getting notches from the friction plates, so they don't include those with those bikes. Now, the big feature with the Radius X is going to be these right here. So this is the friction plate that we first saw in their manual torque drive clutches. They're now taking those and they're adding those into their auto clutch lineup. And the reason it's a big benefit is you can see from their friction pad design, these are optimized to give as much surface area and friction as possible to get better drive and better torque. And actually, the pad design is built to optimize oil flow as well inside your clutch. So everything that these pads are designed to do is give you more friction, more drive, and also promote oil flow to keep your clutch running cooler and help it perform better over a longer period of time. So with the Radius X, you're getting their friction plate. So that's a big added bonus there. That's what they've done to increase the performance. With the auto clutch, you're now getting extra drive, a little bit more performance when it comes to getting power to the ground. So that is the Radius X. the friction plates, that's going to be the big feature there. Now as we move to my left, this is the Core EXP. Now the Core EXP was the first real full auto clutch kit that they were offering. So what comes included with the Core EXP? Well, you're now going to get their center hub and also their pressure plate for every motorcycle. So for Japanese and European bikes, you're going to get the hub and the pressure plate. Now with the hub and the pressure plate, the big benefit to that is this is anodized billet aluminum. So it's much stronger than most of your stock OEM parts. So they're going to last a lot longer. And a cool feature here I want to show you. So this is a center hub that we're going to have for a Husqvarna. What they've done is they've machined these to have a lot more cutouts to promote a lot better oil flow within the clutch system and in the clutch pack. So they want to make sure that oil is going to flow as much as possible. We all know that when it comes to a clutch fading or wearing out, heat is the #1 enemy. So the better you can get oil to flow through your clutch, the cooler it's going to run and the better it's going to run for a longer period of time. So that's what's coming included there. Again, you're getting the EXP disc, you're going to get steel dry plates. You're also getting a anodized billet aluminum clutch cover. That's another added bonus. These are much stronger than most of your OEM, your cast or your magnesium clutch covers, much more resistant to breaking, and the anodized finish, it is very, very strong, so it lasts a very long time. So the big thing here that a lot of people ask is, well, what's the difference? Why would I go from the Radius X to the Core EXP? Well, the Core EXP, you're giving up the friction plates. That's the big thing you want to take away from here. You're not getting those torque drive friction plates with the Core EXP, but you are getting added longevity to your clutch, which that's what a lot of people want, is they want added longevity, but they're not too worried about getting the added performance from those torque drive plates. So that is the Core EXP. Now, all the way to my left, this is what they're calling the Radius CX. Now, the best way that I can describe the Radius CX is that if the Radius or the Core EXP and the Radius X had a baby, this is what you get. They literally took these two clutch kits and they combined them to give you the best of everything that Rekluse offers all in one kit. So you're gonna get the pressure plate, the center clutch hub, anodized billet aluminum, the longevity factor, the Core EXP disc, the steel dry plates. For your European bikes, again, you're gonna get slave cylinder for your hydraulic clutches. You're gonna get here also, you're going to get their friction plates. Now, the nice thing about getting the torque drive friction plates in this kit is that they're actually going to add one friction plate to the clutch plate stack in the Radius CX kit. And the reason that's a benefit is because the more friction plates you can get in there, the more surface area you're going to get. And again, that's going to result in better drive, better performance out of your clutch. Now, one thing I do want to throw out, because this is a question we get sometimes, is with the Radius X, are you going to give up any friction plates because you add an EXP disc? The answer is no. For all bikes, you're going to have at least what you have stock, and actually for some bikes, you are going to get an added friction plate in there as well. Now the big question, and this is really going to help you guys out, is between the Core EXP and the Radius CX, what's the better option? Which one would you go with? Well, I'm going to make it a little bit simple for you because on the table, they look almost identical. Price point, they're going to be a little bit different. The Core EXP is going to be a little bit cheaper than the Radius CX. In my opinion, if you are going to be investing, upwards of $800 to $1,000 in a full clutch kit, if money is not a deal breaker for you, then I would say go with the Radius CX every time. And the reason I say that is you're spending a lot of money. I would just say just make sure if you're going to spend that much, just get the best of what you can get. And that's what you're getting with the Radius CX because you're getting all the best components all put into one coming from Rekluse. The Core EXP is going to be for guys that want those anodized billet aluminum parts, the added longevity, but they don't want to spend that few extra bucks to step up to the CX. So that's my advice. So you've got the Radius X, price point, Core EXP, added longevity, but again, if money's not a big factor, I would just tell you step up, get the Radius CX, because that is going to be the best of what you can get coming from Rekluse. So that's it. That is the auto clutch lineup coming from Rekluse. Hopefully I have answered your questions today and I've steered you in the right direction. So make sure, head over to our website at RockyMountainATVMC.com. And don't forget, a lot of these, they're all machine specific, so you want to enter the make, the model, and the year of your motorcycle that you're going to be putting this in. That's going to make sure you get the right kit for your bike. If you have any thoughts, comments, or questions, make sure comment below. We will get your questions answered. I'm Chase here at Rocky Mountain, and we'll see you on the trails.